Hello everybody, welcome back to another brand new trip report. Today I am flying from Kona, Hawaii to Anchorage, Alaska via Seattle, Washington. We are just entering the first class Atmos Rewards boarding and bag drop off. I tell you, main TSA looked absolutely crazy today. I'm so glad I got pre-check. We are currently walking to our gate, which is gate 7. And as I was walking down, I noticed these really pretty Hawaiian agricultural stone things in the wall. Here's a look at the underneath of one of the gift shops here at the open air Kona airport. And there I am making my way to my gate, gate 7. Alaska has some kind of delay, and a flight to Anchorage was leaving on the left and us to the right to Seattle, and it was the busiest I've ever seen the jet bridge. It was crazy. So now here I am walking to my aircraft. My ride tonight is November 958 Alpha Kilo, a 3-year-old 737-9 MAX delivered to Alaska Airlines, brand new in 2023. This girl will be flying me about under 5 hours for the flight to Seattle tonight. Hello everybody and welcome on board Alaska's 737 MAX 9. Greeting me at my seat tonight is a pillow, extra legroom, and an awesome engine view in front.
Welcome aboard our flight to Seattle. Thanks for being mindful of others as you're finding your seat. Also, we brought on board 2 bags. Please remember, place 1 bag up overhead and 1 bag down completely underneath the seat in front of you. To maximize that overhead.
Let's take a look at the Boeing 737-9 MAX safety card in the front seat pocket, which indicates all the information in the rare event of a water landing or an emergency landing.
Thanks for being mindful of others as you're finding your seat. Also, if you brought on board 2 bags, please remember to place 1 bag overhead and 1 bag down completely underneath the seat in front of you. Maximize that overhead bin space. When you put the roller bag in the overhead bin, then turn it on its side, kind of like you stack a book on a shelf.
My favorite part about the Alaska 737 MAX 9 is the footrest that can be moved up and down, and it's very comfortable. Now let's take a look at the in-flight menu, which you can browse through drinks, and there is the other magazine.
Seat back. Raise your seat back and lower your headrest. Tray tables and device holders must also be stowed. And in first class, please raise those footrests as well. All bags, including crossbody bags, as well as larger items, like laptops and tablets and keyboards, need to be stowed completely underneath the seat in front of you or overhead. Smaller devices need to be held and secured. Also, if you're in an exit row, make sure the window shades are open. Unplug your devices for takeoff. Once you're settled in, be sure that
What you'll notice in first class on Alaska Airlines on the Boeing 737s, the tray table pulls out from your armrest, and you can either have it halfway or use it full.
Tonight we are going to aircraft safety, but we want to make sure everyone on this aircraft on board is heading to Seattle. If you're not heading to Seattle, please let us know quickly so we can close this door and have you going to Seattle. Service to Seattle. We're just almost done with the paperwork here. I apologize for the slight delay. We have this airplane arriving from Anchorage slightly late. We're looking today 4 hours and 59 minutes of flight. We have strong tailwinds here, so we'll be there. Still a little early, a little before 5 in the morning. Forecast weather cloudy, 46 degrees. Expect some bumps on the way there due to have a jet stream and some turbulence forecast for our route. Please pay attention to the seatbelt signs and instructions of the flight attendants. Again, welcome aboard. Enjoy the flight. We'll be on our way in a few minutes.
Seating compartments near the middle of the aircraft. The evacuation slides at the forward doors can also be used for flotation. Federal law requires you to comply with all crew member instructions, lighted signs, and posted placards. Introducing our flight crew tonight, our captain's Captain Rodrigo. He's assisted by our first officer, DJ. My name's Robin. With me in the cabin are Ashley, Alana, and Aaron. Safety is our highest priority, so we appreciate your attention while we share some important safety information. those footrests are stowed in the stowed position. All bags, including crossbody bags, as well as larger items like laptops, tablets, or keyboards, must be stowed underneath the seat in front of you. Also, you need to exit row, keep the window shades open, and unplug your devices for takeoff. And with that, we're ready to begin our 4-hour, 59-minute flight to Seattle. So again, thanks for joining us this evening, and welcome aboard.
Now we are making a very rare taxi to runway 17. We usually depart on runway 35, so this was very cool to film and experience to start out the first trip of 2026. Now we are going to take a look at the Alaska Airlines in-flight entertainment. All you do is go to settings, type in alaskaairlineswifi.com. It'll bring you to the home page, which you can go through a bunch of movies or purchase in-flight Wi-Fi. And I'll scroll through a couple movies for you guys. There's Superman, Freakier Friday, some of the new movies, and a bunch of TV shows. And now let's go over to in-flight entertainment. Wi-Fi is available for $8. And I purchased that, so here we are going to take a look at the in-flight Wi-Fi. I'm going to pop over to Flight Radar 24 to track my flight and check in with my friends on Instagram. See, there I am. 5-hour flight, getting ready. Now let's head over to Instagram, check out who's tracking my flight, and see if any videos will load. Yeah, it looks like the posts and stuff are working fine for now. The direct messages look great. And now we'll pop over to YouTube to see if I can get any content to load there. Only takes a couple seconds, and then you're available to browse through YouTube. And finally, we'll check TikTok out and see if I can get some stuff to come in there. Check in on some. Here we are taking a look at the in-seat power with my power block, and there's also USB. Our flight attendant is now gathering our drink orders, and soon food will be cooked and brought out. Excited for this flight, so let's get right into it. I should soon be receiving my drink, and service should be beginning shortly. Ready for a nice 5.5 hours to Seattle tonight. What a way to start 2026 with getting upgraded to first class. Definitely nice. The seats are so much more comfortable than coach. I definitely recommend them if you can afford them. Here is my light champagne and pog juice mix. Absolutely delicious. Cheers. To the first flight of 2026. Yum, there is absolutely nothing better than a glass of passion orange water. Alright, my meal is here. I ordered the first class fruit and cheese platter, which also comes with a really nice selection of meats on the side. A great pairing that coach doesn't offer. My mom and I halved our meals, so I get half of the really good hot melty cheese steak sandwich. Absolutely delicious. And here we are, reviewing the first class utensils. Nice and gold. Here we have the Alaska Airlines apples and my favorite Beecher's flagship white cheddar cheese. Absolutely delicious. One of my favorites on board. Here is the green grape. Very nice and fresh. Again, it goes perfect with that cheese. There's a cracker. Nice fresh crisp crackers there. Some more of that cheese. Cheers. Very delicious. And now we're going to try the salami selection. There's regular salami. Very good. Nice with the cheese and grapes. And we have some delicious thin prosciutto. I would definitely give this again. Italian meat. And I was expecting it to be saltier, but it was actually pretty decent. And there's one more of those crackers. Very good. Ooh, I'm super excited to try this. It looks amazing. We have a rare steak sandwich with melty cheese and caramelized onions. I usually don't like onions, but this was pretty decent. Here is the potato chips that came with the sandwich. Very nice and crispy and taste fresh. All in all, a very great meal to start the first trip of this year. Let's drink some more of that Pog champagne. Cheers. Ah, that tastes so good. Yum. As you can see, this meal definitely made the Clean Plate Club, except for the olives. That's the one thing. Now let's take a look at the headrest, which is really nice. It can be moved right to the left and up and down. And now let's take a look at the really nice 6 inches of recline. Even in the last row, it's very, very nice. I am now going to put on my TWS Bluetooth headphones and kick back. This was absolutely crazy. I watched my first thunderstorm from an airplane window over the Pacific Ocean before Seattle, before it started getting really turbulent. Here we are checking out the first class Alaska Airlines bathroom piece. In the front there is a working sink, working soap, hot water, toilet, flusher, garbage can, and no changing stations in the back. Your average sized 737 bathroom, legroom, it's okay. There's the flush button, you can see that works fine. And here's the soap and hot water. You can move it left and right for hot or cold. or on and off. I asked the flight attendant if I could review the first class galley, and they let me do it, so that was nice. Always nice to throw in here. Midway over the Pacific Ocean, as you can see those storm clouds, we got some very heavy wind and rain, and we were going almost 700 miles an hour, the fastest I've currently captured on phone. As you can see, it got extremely choppy over the Pacific Ocean near that storm area, and the cabin was just absolutely shaking. It was crazy. It's just as strong as about the last trip I experienced in October, going back from California to Anchorage. Ah, yes, my amazing first class cup of joe is served with cream and sugar. The only way I take my coffee. Cheers, absolutely amazing. I love Alaska Airlines coffee. Those 5 hours flew by like crazy. We were already just about to begin our descent into the Seattle area. Pretty smooth flight. It's just a shame that the right side was taken up, so no Space Needle today. But there's some other pretty cool city views coming in. And we also just flew over the Boeing Everett field, so that was really cool. I really need to get on the ground there one day. As we are on short final for Seattle, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. And follow my Instagram, warblind_spotting_2.0 for all my latest news, travel updates, and plane spotting photos. Now enjoy our butter landing on Seattle's 16 left. Here we are pulling up to the Seattle end gates. Our arrival was N12. Special thanks to the captain for letting me up here in the cockpit before I left to do this awesome tour of the MAX 9. There is our gate getting ready to be pulled up. And it was so cool thanks to Richard at Go Before Broke Aviation on Instagram for capturing my airplane pulling up to the gate. That was really, really cool. And there I am just about ready to touch the door. And you'll see my orange iPhone 17 Pro Max in the window. So that was really nice of him to be able to do that for me. There I am. Hi, everybody. Believe it or not, I actually ran into him in the jetway, and it was very nice to meet him, and he gave me a really cool Alaska hat from his work. So, very special thank you to him for doing everything today. Here I am walking to use the Seattle airport bathroom. Let's take a look at that. Looks very nice and clean, all bright mirrors and sinks and stuff. Lots of space. And then after this, we're going to head to the Alaska Airlines lounge. Thanks to my first class ticket, it got me into the lounge. So we are going to take the elevator up to Seattle's Alaska North Satellite Lounge, which is my personal favorite to hang out whenever I get to fly first. And here we are entering the Alaska Airlines lounge. As you can see by the titling there. They absolutely designed it so beautifully. There are some pastries, some bagels, croissants. There's some nice seating area, orange juice, water. I am going to head to the coffee station to get myself a cup of coffee. And of course with the cream and sugar as usual. And they use the same Stumptown coffee like they do on board in the lounge. So, absolutely delicious. There I am loading it with half and half. There is also a hot and cold section, so there is some meats and cheese, some eggs for a salad bar, fruit, and some yogurt. I ended up getting a yogurt cup with some granola as a light snack before my next flight. Cheers. Absolutely delicious. Very fresh yogurt and very smooth. Very nice granola. There's my sip of coffee right there. Yum, absolutely delicious. While at the lounge, I was able to see my first glimpse of the 7879 in person, up close and personal. Absolutely amazing. Here's some of my shots. I am so close to getting my dream of flying on her this year, so stay tuned if that happens to the inaugural flight to London. I sure hope. Alright, here we are walking to the end of the Alaska Airlines lounge with a really nice bar area. I would love to come here in the evening once just to try it. We haven't been through here in the evening yet, so I'm not really a day drinker. And with that being done, we are walking our way to our next gate. Thank you all for watching. See you guys soon.